How hungry are you? Because if you really think about it, there's a difference between the two if you really want to succeed. And these two that I'm talking about is really wanting it, and the other is just saying that you want to succeed. So, how hungry are you when it comes to succeeding? Whether that's succeeding for your dreams or for your relationship or for a scholarship or for a job, for that man or that woman, or even for that business you're about to start. How hungry are you? Right? So, this is a question that you really need to ask yourself when it comes to starting your own business. Now, we can always say that we are hungry and that we want certain things and we want success, but it really boils down to how hungry you are and what you are really going to put into getting you to that goal. Now, if this is the first time you're joining me, welcome. If you've been watching me for a while, welcome as well. Now, this is the last day of our mindset and business chill, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining. And if you have been rocking with me for the month of May, I am so happy you are here. And today we are just concluding what we have been talking about, and that is just having the right mindset for your business, for life overall, and just being able to set yourself up for the success that you're really looking for. Now, I hate to break it to you that this is the end of the series, but the good thing is you are here and we are on the internet, and the good thing is it's recorded. So you can always go ahead and watch the replay. So this is a live session. What time is it? It's 4:32 my time, but when you watch this, it will be the recording. So you have four series that you can go through, and it's just mainly me talking about mindset and business and what I learned, mistakes I made, mistakes you don't have to make. And in today's session, we'll just be talking for 30 minutes about what you need to do when it comes to marketing, what options you have when it comes to marketing. So, if you are excited about that, just go ahead, grab your pen and paper. And I know I have been blabbing, but if you do not know who I am, my name is Sanya, and I'm so happy that you are here. I am a social media strategist. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I am a lover of Christ, and I love people. And I just want to see people win overall. That's just it, right? And so today, I'm really excited that, of course, we're concluding this session or this business chill session, but I really want you, if you are looking to start your own business, to know that you're not alone on this journey. Don't do it alone. Get people and a community around you as you build your business, because there will be things that you don't know and you will need that guidance when it comes to it. So we have been talking about the importance of having the right mindset, the right attitude, what you need for business, the guts that it takes, and the ups and downs that you'll go through, and just understanding that if you're starting out, that you'll feel a certain way, but don't use that as a crutch to say that you're not going to grow or you're not going to expand and scale, right? So I always tell persons, if they're about to start a business or if they're in business and it's not going exactly how they want it to go, that it's important for them to have a plan, right? So if you're starting out in business, have a plan, do your research. If you are already in business and it's not going how you want it, or probably it's going how you want it and you want to grow a little bit more, have a plan in place, stick to it. Of course, there might be some tweaks that you have to put in it. You won't know how successful it is if you don't analyze how well it's going, right? And so it's important to have the plan, test the plan, make sure it's working. If you need to go back and revise, go ahead and do that. Do your research, figure out who it is that you are talking to, because one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of persons make is that they are talking to everybody, and essentially that makes it that you're talking to nobody. So you have to be careful where that is concerned. And I talked about the 5 mistakes that I made that you definitely don't want to make. And it's crazy because a lot of us, we think we know it, and then when we get into it, it's a whole different ball game. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in. Probably you're not the front end of your business, it doesn't require you to be on the front end, but these are some things you want to put in place. Not having a brand is essentially going to hurt you, right? So even if you're not the front of your business, you're not the face of your business, rather, it's important to have a brand for the business, right? Not marketing yourself. That's another thing that you need to look into, because that helps you to stand out as a credible source. It helps you to stand out as a thought leader. It is also acting as social proof for those who come in and they want to see who you are. They want to get to know you a little bit more. They want to see what your work or what your track record looks like. Having that in place really helps you, right? And so the marketing part of your business is very essential. That's what's going to help you to grow and get the sales and the clientele that you want to build. So that is important. And having your SOPs in place. Listen, if you have those in place, it makes your job so much easier. And we talked about that in the last session on Friday. And we're just browsing over that, right? And networking, that has been a game changer for me. um, I'm just going to tell you a little story. So for years, of course, I told you that I've been in the freelancing, or if you're just joining, I have been in the freelancing space for 11 years. But what hurt me the most is that I did not market myself, because I'm thinking I want to make sure that I added value to my clients. I wanted to give them the best of me, and I put my business on the back burner, so much so that if you would have checked, you would probably not find much information on my business, right? And so for the couple of months that I've been on, I've been using those strategies that I've helped clients with in my business, because I want to show people that are coming in, or for persons who don't feel that it's necessary to show your face or probably to brand your business, how important it is. Because guess what? That is hurting a lot of businesses now, because guess what, people want to see the personal side of you. They want to see the personal side of who's behind the business, right? And so it's important to have that in place. So the SOPs, that is important, making sure that people are able to be onboarded properly. Your clients, they have a seamless process, with just a friction free process with you. Your employees as well, they have a system and a process in place. You have a process in place. This is how you work to make your job easier. You need your SOP, your standard operating procedures in place, right? And networking, as I said, that is important. That has been a game changer for me. Once I started to network, I started to grow on almost all of the platform. I'm not where I want to be, by no means. I'm not even at 1,000 yet. But if you just stick with me and you see some of the strategies that I put in place, you are able to implement those as well. And I want you to grow as I grow. And that's why I'm doing all of this, because I want you to grow as I grow, right? So those are just some things that I'm putting in place now for myself. And also, I want it to be recorded while I do that, right? And of course, registering your business, that's important, because listen, ain't nobody got time for all of that, right? But you need to have it registered in the event that you need to get funding, or if you need to get loans, depending on if you're just starting out. Of course, there are going to be charges or things that you'll need to put in place. You can't just start a business and start with well, you can, but it's going to be a lot harder for you, right? There are things that you have to think about. Your marketing efforts. Is it a case that you're going to do paid ads? And we'll talk about that in a little bit, but these are just some things you want to have in place when you're running your business, or you're starting your business, or you're thinking of starting your business. And we talked about all of that. And of course, the bonus, this one, game changer, having a coach and a mentor to really help you to uh, go through some of the learning curve that you would have, or just to tell you or direct you into the right direction. Or that sounded weird a while ago, but yeah. But having a coach or a mentor to help you with that really helps you to cut out the time that you'd have to spend, the headache and the heartache that you'd have to spend. I recommend you getting a coach to help you, right? That is a game changer. So today we will be talking about marketing yourself. This is something that is very crucial, and this could potentially be a game changer for you. You could see the sales that you want, you could see the clientele that you want. If you want to build brand awareness, depending on what your goal is, you need to be marketing your business. It doesn't matter if you are a product based business or you are a service based business, you need to be marketing yourself, because at the end of the day, this is how your people, your tribe are going to find you. So if you're not doing that, chances are you are leaving money on the table, right? It's a given. You're really leaving money on the table, right? And you want to be able to show up in front of the right people at the right time with the right message and the right offer, right? So that's what marketing is essentially all about, right? So you want people, your people, to see your brand. You want to be able to solve the problem of whomever it is that you're offering your services to or your product to. And so it's important to market your business, right? Your brand, because people essentially, they're buying into you. So if you can market yourself, it doesn't, I like to tell you, it doesn't matter what platforms, but of course you're going to do your research to find out where your ideal clients are, right? Where your ideal audience is. Because once you're able to find where they are, you can position yourself with your offer. Of course, there's a lot of elements that goes into it, especially if you're doing organic or paid ad. These are just some things you want to think about when it comes to marketing. So if you are starting a business, or you have a business and you're not getting the traction that you need, it's important that you market yourself. You need to think about, depending on what your goal is and your budget, you want to think about marketing, whether organically or paid. Of course, each has its place. You'll hear people tell you, I strictly do organic, and that is totally fine. You have people who do paid, but if you are just starting out, you want to do the groundwork first and make sure that you have organic marketing done, because you don't want to start doing paid ads and you have nowhere to push them to, right? That's just going to be like a total drop off, right, of wherever you're directing them to. So start with the organic, and then you can branch out into the paid ad. Once you have validated your offer, then of course you can do your paid ads. And of course, paid ads, they can go from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm missing any, Facebook. There's so many different places that you can advertise not just your offer, but who you are. So you can build brand awareness, you can grow your following. Of course, we're not into the vanity metrics, but at the end of the day, in order for people to buy into you and your product, they need to be in front of people, they need to have eyeballs on them, right? So of course you have to build. So depending on what your goal is, if you are a bigger business or you've been in business for a while and you have that large following, probably your goal is going to be a little bit different, but essentially you still want to get in front of the right people. And of course, depending on what type of strategy you're using, you have the option of doing paid or organic. Depending on what your goal is, you can go from there, right? So once you have that going, You just want to make sure that you have positioned yourself. You need to come up with a strategy. I normally see persons wanting the quick fix. They want it like in a week, or they want it in 2 weeks, right? It's going to take time, especially if you're doing paid ads. It's going to take time because you need to test how well it works. Is the message or the copy that you're introducing to your audience, is it connecting with your audience? You don't want to be throwing up content and it's not resonating with your ideal audience, right? And of course, you have to analyze as you go. Analyze, test it, tweak it, change it, fix it, whatever it is. You need to fix it so that you can see the results that you need. One mistake that I also made is just randomly throwing up things. And because I wanted to be not consistent, but I wanted to be, I wanted to make sure that I'm posting, I ended up just posting random things that didn't really align with my brand or who I am or who I served or what I was really doing, right? So it's important to not just post randomly. It makes no sense. You need to have a clear strategy. You need to think about your content pillar. There are different aspects that goes into it. Once you create a strategy and you know what the goal is, you can measure it, and then you go from there, fix it, tweak it. I always say analyze the information on whatever platform you decide to show up on. Go in, check the insights. Even if you have people doing it for you still want to go in to see what the results are, so you can say, okay, this is working, this is not working, let's change this, let's repurpose this because this performed well, right? So these are just some things you can think about when it comes to your marketing strategy. How you show up is very important. I had a lot of issue when it comes to showing up. I didn't want to show my face for a long while, and for probably valid and not so valid reason. Sometimes we allow imposter syndrome to kick in, and we don't show up and show up confidently so people can see. Because I see a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, they have some great offers, they have some great products and services, but because they're not showing up online, or they're not showing their authenticity, it comes off as, I don't know you, so I don't want to get your services, even though they really have some great offers, right? And so it's important that whatever you're doing, you think about the overall package and the experience. Think about your your customers. What is the experience you want them to have when it comes to interacting with you? And then creating your strategy will be much easier if it's organic or if it's paid, right? So those are things you want to think about when it comes to your marketing efforts. So if it's organic, think about the platforms that you're going to show up on. um, are you going to have someone do it for you in a case that you are having affiliate marketing, or are you focusing on Instagram, you're doing reels, you're just focusing on reels? Of course, there is a lot that goes on. One of the things I realize is that sometimes as business owners, it gets overwhelming and it's a lot. And so we get frustrated with the marketing part of it, but you cannot you cannot ignore this, because you will not grow if you don't invest that time or have somebody else invest the time in your marketing efforts. That's how you are going to grow as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. That's how your business is going to flourish, right? So you need to put measures in place to put aside, just as how you would think about sales. You need to put aside resources, or outsource for somebody to do the marketing part for you. If it's you that's doing everything, what I normally recommend is to do batch creating. If I create my content, probably it depends, right? Depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll do a batch for the week, or if I'm feeling in a great mood, I'll do it for the month. But you just have to figure out what works for you. I used to say, no, it's going to take away from my creativity, right? But the reality is that you don't want to fall into a space that where you're thinking, oh, I want it to be in the moment. Of course, those moments will come, and if they come, go ahead and post it. But you want to have room for things that will happen. Life will happen. Things will happen. Unexpected things will happen. Trust me. On the time that you decide that you're about to post, probably there is something that your attention will you'll need to go to, right? And so it's important to think about what it is that you're going to do in the event that you cannot do that live, right? And so it's important to look at what your marketing efforts is. And of course, we don't want to be burnt out at all. And that's why batch creating for me has really been a game changer, because it has helped me to show up consistently and to not throw up random stuff, but to be strategic. And I'm able to track it. I'm able to see how well it performed. I can repurpose it if I need to. So these are just some things you want to think about when it comes to your marketing efforts, right? And then once, let's say you are just focusing on the organic side of it, organic takes longer, well, in a sense, because you're putting things in place, right? You won't probably see the results as quick as doing paid ads, but it's very important to have it, right? And so you want to make sure that you have your organic marketing down. And then once you have validated that this really works, especially if you're just starting, if your offer is really good, then you want to go ahead and start advertising. There are different platforms. Facebook has the option for you to boost a post that you've created, Instagram as well. And of course, you have the option of going into your studio and creating the content from there. There are different apps that you can use. I personally love using tools. It makes your life so much easier as a business owner. And of course, you are doing a lot of things and you don't want to feel burnt out. You don't want to not do the marketing aspect of it. So it's important to look at what your marketing structure looks like. So if you need somebody to do it for you, of course, this is your process. This is where the SOPs comes in. Whomever is doing it for you, they would be able to do it just like you, right? Um, yeah. So those are just some things you want to think about when it comes to your marketing efforts, right? So I hope this made sense. Yeah, I've been going on a rant. No, but I hope it made sense to you. These are just some things you want to think about when it comes to your business. Have the right mindset, right? Because sometimes you will feel like you cannot do it, or you're not in the mood, and that really affects what you do and how well you do it. So that's another thing why I say to batch create, because there are days when I'm like, nah, mm-mm, nope, I cannot create anything because I'm not at my best, right? And that can really throw your game off. Am I saying that you have to post every single day? No, I don't post every single day. I like taking the weekends off, but for me, weekends normally mean that I'm planning my strategies. I'm planning my clients' content, right? So those are things that I have to do. But for me on the weekends, I won't be posting out. And of course, I like to take breaks from social media sometimes just to get back into that frame of mind. So these are just some things I do. You just have to find what works for you, and you go from there and map out what your system looks like, right? So that when you decide to outsource, you have this person and you say, this is how I do it. This is how I want you to do it. Yeah, you have that part covered, right? So these are just some things you need to think about when it comes to your business. It can get overwhelming, that's just the truth, but you want to make sure that you have this part covered in your business, right? You don't want to have your business and you're not getting the results and you're not sure why, because you're not checking, you're not analyzing how well your business is performing. You don't even know if your business is doing well, right? So these are just some things you need to put in place. If it's a case that you have to outsource it, you just need to do that, right? Because of course you are a business owner and you have other things to think about, right? For my service-based business, for my coaches, for those persons who cannot focus on marketing, or probably they're not good at marketing, or they don't want to focus on that part. You want to be able to show up for your business and have your business showing up, so that your clients and your leads and your prospect can see, hey, this is a viable business, this is an actual business, and I can go ahead and search. Because guess what, people are smart now. Business, not business, but buyers are smart now, right? They are going to go ahead and search for you. If it's the first time they're interacting with you, they are going to go ahead and search for you. So these are just some things you need to think about, especially when it comes to, I don't care if you are a startup or you have been in it for a while, you need to be marketing. And the marketing doesn't necessarily have to be just social media marketing. You have people doing affiliate marketing, and that works wonders for them. They only do word of mouth, and that works for them. That is a part of marketing, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's just social media you're using. You could be a brick and mortar, right? And you have people walking in. But at the end of the day, the world that we live in is changing, and a lot of persons want the ease of access of finding you online, right? So are you going to stay the same way that you are, or are you going to put things in place so that your clients can find you, right? You want to be attracting your clients, and so it's important for you to make sure that your marketing efforts, your marketing strategy, your marketing plan is in place to do that heavy lifting for you, so you don't have to chase those clients and those leads. So I hope that made sense for you in your business. If you're just starting, if you've been in business for a while, you are probably a mid-sized business or a large business, you have to market, and that's the fact, right? If you want to grow. If you don't want to grow, you don't have to do it. Just leave it to the wind and let whomsoever come and find you. Chances are they won't find you, but you have it in your hands to go ahead to get people to come to you, attract them, right? So you need to be able to position yourself so that your people and your tribe can find you organically. And of course, if you're doing paid ads, they need to have a way to go and check you out, because guess what? People will hop off of your paid ads and they'll go ahead to find you, right? They might not buy from you right away. So you want to be able to be found. You need to be found, if they decide, okay, I need a little bit more information, I need to see if I like her or if I like him, right? If I like the product, right? That's just the reality of it, right? So these are just some things you need to think about. I want you to be successful in your business, and so whether you're doing paid ads or organic, go for it. Analyze what you have, think about what your budget looks like. If you're not in that space to do paid ads, don't worry, you can always do organic, and it still gives you the results. You just need to be strategic with how you do it. There is a strategy with everything nowadays. You just need to figure it out, find the right platform. Your clients are there, attract them, make it worthwhile, add value to them, and you will see great results. All right, so that is all that you have to do. I know I made it sound as if it's just like that, but really, once you get the marketing part of it down, it becomes easier for you to get sales coming in, right? So I want you guys to think about that. Now, with that being said, I just want to thank you guys so much for just tuning in and listening. And I, of course, want to let you know that I am having a VIP day where you can come in. Let's say you are thinking of starting your own online business, or you want to position yourself because you already have a business but you're not getting the traction that you need, whether you are thinking of doing organic but you don't know what kind of strategy you want to use. I have a VIP day that you can opt into, and we can get a personalized framework for you, right? So I'm here to help you to grow. I want to see you succeed. So, of course, I'm having this VIP program just for you. So, if you're interested in that, go ahead and DM me and I will get you all set up. All right. So, that is it from me. I'm super excited for you. Tell me, what are your takeaways from probably the whole session for today, or from the whole session for the 4 weeks uh of May that we did. We're going into another month. Next week will be the VIP day on Wednesday, but if, let's say, you can't work on that particular day, just let me know and we will work something out that can work for you, because I know some people will more opt into doing it on the weekend. So you just let me know. We'll have a VIP day. We'll think about what could work for you. Is it organic that you'll do, or is it paid ads that you'll do? Of course, you have different options when it comes to paid ad. It could be Google ads that you want to run, or Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. There's so many different options, and there are ways to do it and to do it successfully. I realize that sometimes we do it on our own and we don't do it right. So this is why I am doing this VIP day, just so you have everything that you need when it comes to setting up probably your campaigns to target the right audience and not have to spend so much money when it comes to doing your paid ads. All right. So that is it from me. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to tell you thanks. And of course, this is not going to be the last time you will see me. So if you want to see more, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Sandy Online Biz, or on YouTube, Freelance Glance with San, or on LinkedIn. You know my name. Go ahead and find me. I'm on most of the platforms. So thank you so much for joining me. For those of you who are in the US, happy long weekend. You have Memorial Day on Monday, so it's going to be a great weekend. For those of you who have to show up on Monday for work, good luck and have a great weekend. All right. So that is it from me. You do have a great one, and I will see you soon.